All right, good evening. Tonight is the Tuesday, May 14th, 2024 meeting of the Litchfield Recreation Commission. We will call the roll. My name is Peter Ames. I am the chair of the commission. And with us, we have Judy Brennan, secretary.
Here.
Jeff Town, member.
Present.
Chris Burns, member.
Here.
And absent with notice tonight, we have Mike Bosky, Andy Ruggles, Steve Weber, and Steve Gannon. Members, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first order of business is approval of minutes. We have the April 9th minutes available. Have members had a chance to review the April 9th minutes?
It's not here, so my input's not gonna be very helpful.
All right.
Yes, I did.
All right. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve the April 9th minutes. Is there discussion, edits, or revisions? Seeing none, all in favor of the April 9th minutes? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0-2. We will now open the meeting for public input. We do not have any members of the public here this evening, so we will close public input. Facility and field requests, we have none currently.
Pickleball sent an email wanting to extend their time in Talent Hall and said they were gonna fill out the request form, but
I
did not receive it.
Okay.
So,
All right, so I think we're probably likely to approve that once received, but
Yeah.
it is not yet received, so we do not have something to approve.
I guess I should bring this up here. Do we
Sure.
know anything more? Were you able to come across anything about the COI for Plex softball? Did they send it to you? Did you receive anything?
You're asking me?
Well, I had asked Peter and you guys if you guys got it, cause I didn't.
So I reached out to Marissa this morning. She said that she thought it was good through September.
No, it expired November.
She was gonna check tonight.
November
and
of
no,
23.
Then I was gonna check and see. I haven't had time to, but I was gonna check and see if I've seen anything, but I haven't.
So when does the current one go through that we have on file?
The one I saw, the last one she had was November of 2023.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was in the minutes too that we told her we would need the COI before use of the fields with Plex. That it was conditioned on that because we didn't have it at
Yeah.
the time. So we,
All right, so she's already checking on it? Sounds
She
like.
said she was gonna check on it, but
yeah, that was the last one I could find that she used last year and it expired in November.
yeah, her, text message to me said, she submitted in the fall. She thought it covers September to September.
The one we had, I'll look again, but the only thing I could find when I did a search was one that expired in 2023.
I have an email from September 18th that has a COI on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, it is to 2023.
okay.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, I did a search before checking with you guys, and I thought maybe she sent it to softball, or maybe she sent it just to you, but, yeah, that was the only one I could find.
All right. So we need a updated COI for.
Yeah, ASAP.
Yep.
Right,
I will,
cause they're already using the fields, right? Did they start yet, or they
yes,
start in
they have
June?
had- They've had a couple of practices.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let her know.
Thank you, Chris. Other than that, though, no other field or facility requests as we move into the summer season. All right. I mean, they're all pretty well loaded for the fields.
yeah,
So,
I know.
yeah. Which I appreciate the leagues working very collaboratively to make it all work, because I know we double booked a number of the fields, but it seems like I haven't heard of any issue, any problems that you've
So
heard of?
far, it's been fine. LMS had one rainout that bumped them, they had to bump their game by a day, which caused LGSL to have to relocate to the 10U field because we don't have a pitching mound set up on the 10U field for the LMS distance. But it wasn't an issue. So, yeah, it was fine.
Right. Communication was working okay between?
Communication's been fine. So far, everything's been good.
How have things been with the pitching rubbers and having to move them?
So far, everybody's been
So
following the
good.
guidelines, so
Good. All right. that's
haven't
good.
had any issues. I guess two things to bring up. So the fences went up this week, so, you know, Ryan will have to do some extra mowing, down there. And, down there for the LMS game today, the sprinkler head that's right behind the mound on the 12U field, had a leak in it, so it was kind of bubbling up behind the field while they were playing, so they were able to play. It didn't cause like a major puddle or anything, but I've already reached out to Ryan about it to give him a heads up, so I'm hoping I'll get that taken care of.
Good. All right, thank you. Anything else on facility or field requests? Seeing none, we'll go to old business. So this Saturday is the fishing derby, with a lot of fish stocked. It is at 8 o'clock in the morning for youth in town to come. We got poles available. Looks very well organized.
Yeah,
I know
the
we
fish
did.
went in today.
Yep. Looks like a very good fish dam this year. And no torrent rain to wash them all down to Merrimack, so I think we're in better
A lot of work's
shape.
been done with the fallen trees and all the stuff that fell over the winter and
Yep.
stuff, so.
Yep, so thank you to Conservation for a lot of cleanup down there. Looking for a good day on Saturday. So I know we have a couple of volunteers from the commission, thank you for that. And we'll work with Conservation to pull it all together on Saturday. The porta potty was ordered and confirmed, so we're
Okay.
all set there.
I'll do another post on our Facebook page.
Thank you. Anything else on the fishing derby?
Say George Lavash seems to be doing a great job with that.
He sure does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
In,
on-
with one arm.
With one arm? Oh, no,
Because he
really?
had surgery a month
Did he?
ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, really?
yeah. Yeah.
He's been doing a great job with it, so.
Excellent. All right, next, finishing the cleanup in Dara. So there was a lot of work.
Yeah, we didn't get to it all.
We did not. I'm very grateful to the volunteers that
That we
did
did
come out
have,
for
yeah.
the night we had, to clean it up a bit, but there's still a fair
It's
amount of work to
around the
do.
shed. There's just a lot of stuff that's been left there over the years. We were able to get rid of the old backboards and hoops, but there's fencing there that's rolled up, like metal fencing. I don't know if that's garbage or if that's something Kim can sell or, but it's just rolled up there collecting leaves.
It can probably be recycled.
Then there's, old soccer net that I think,
The frame.
yeah, the frame that has, we gotta get rid of it. And if you look behind, there's been all kinds of stuff dumped there and, I just think we need to clean it up. We just didn't, it was on the plan for that night, but we didn't have as many people turn out as we thought we would, so. But the conservation guys did end up coming out.
Volunteered, yep.
Yeah,
Should
and helping.
is there any issue with us seeing if there's anybody who wants to scrap the metal, come down and get it?
I don't think so.
Cut up the net frame and take the fencing and anything else if they
Yeah,
want.
do we have
If
to run
somebody
that by
does-
Kim first? Or,
Good question. So we should ask her.
Yeah,
I just don't wanna post something and then find out, no, if the town has to take it over or get the profit from it, or does the town, I don't know. I just, do you wanna check with Kim or do you want me to?
I can, yep.
Okay. And then we have George fixed that lock, so it doesn't stick anymore on the shed. But really, that door half missing on the bottom, and it's almost not even worth having a lock on, like, we need to replace that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the whole shed might be an
Yeah.
issue. Yeah.
So we had to lay something down just for the, remember
getting
the
into
ramp,
those,
yeah,
if you-
so.
Yeah, a bit.
All right, so you'll check with Kim on that metal, and then
I
we
will.
can move from there and figure it out. I mean, I'd go over there and do it little by little, but the stuff is too heavy and too big, I can't
It's-
do
yes,
it by
you can't.
myself.
Yeah, sure.
And then that other stuff that was just
Like a
thrown up
scoreboard
against
and
the
stuff.
talent hall, that,
The pipes?
yeah,
Yeah.
somebody just threw
The
them.
barber pole.
Oh, that's the, I think that's the spirit of
Yeah,
Litchfield.
Yeah,
But we have like big metal pipes, I don't know if those were like from under the stage or when work
I'm
was
not sure
done,
where
or
this
how
came
long
from.
this.
Yeah. There's like piping.
I haven't seen them.
They're fairly recent, somebody left there. Do we know who did the
topic
bathroom patch
No,
up for
I have
us?
not heard.
We never
have not
heard who
heard.
patched up the walls, huh?
Thank you to whoever did.
Yes, I did
Yeah,
post
yeah,
that.
nice job, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's, yeah, mystery.
The Phantom Repairman.
But they knew what they were doing. They did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll check with Kim. Do we need another day, I guess, is the question.
Yeah, I guess we should find out about the metal first.
Okay.
'Cause that's, someone was getting, an estimate on the slide or something.
Oh, I was supposed to I have not reached out to,
Okay.
I know, Gannon
Is it-
sent me the name of the company.
Is it in
Miracle,
Maine?
Miracle.
Okay.
I have not reached out to them. I will.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, anything else on Dara? All right, next moving to bylaws. So I would like to punt this to our next meeting.
I think that's a good
Because
idea.
I kind of want everyone here to
Yeah.
review that, or at least more than we have tonight. The bylaws look like they might need a fair amount of change. So I think the ones we have currently, most of the intent is solid, but most of the structure needs to be redone to align with the other town commissions, linking them to RSAs or the authority that, commissions are given as a non-elected entity. So, if I could ask for permission to punt this to our 28th, May 28th meeting.
I think it's a good idea. So we have more here, more people here.
Thank you. All right, any other old business? All right, new business. And part and parcel of the bylaws, so elections.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
There's one more
Judy,
thing listed
please.
under Tara. It's the parking issue of people going through the gate when it's closed.
Yeah.
And I'm down there quite a bit, and, I'm glad to see the basketball courts used all the time by older kids, but there's a lot of parking down there.
Yep.
Last week when I was down there, I saw a truck drive through, go all the way onto the beach. There's more kids in the playground, and so I think we need to find a way to reinforce no parking down there. Even though we have signs on the gate, we don't have anything down there. So I just took it upon myself to look up the cost of signs, and, we can get 2 signs that say no parking between here and here, and it has the arrows
Yep.
that we could put up, and you get 2 of them for like $35 total, I believe it is, and they're rust-proofed and everything. And then I looked at one for, because people need, when they need to drop a boat, that just says kind of like a, not drop-off area for people,
Yep.
but equipment drop-off only, no parking. And then I think if we have signs there, at least it can be enforced.
Yeah, or it covers us.
Yeah,
That's right, yeah.
because, there's no fence keeping kids in, and, with that many cars driving through it, it is dangerous, and even though at the gates it's posted, there's nothing down there, and it's,
I think if people don't pay attention to the current signs, they're not gonna pay much better attention to more signs. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah, so I agree. Like practically speaking, I'm not sure it'll make much of a difference. However, for the liability issue, right?
that's what I
as
was
far
thinking,
as-
and then
It also,
If-
it also,
liability?
it does,
it does, and it also gives the PD the right to,
yeah, the PD
boot
to
people out.
enforce it. And then, you know, as for special events where we have handicap parking there or whatever, that's, you know, we're always made a little aware of that if it's gonna be a different situation type of thing, but, especially they're gonna start the basketball court camp or nights there too, and we just have too many kids running around to have cars down there where they shouldn't be. So, I mean, my thought was to spend $60 and get signs up so then it's enforceable. The police notice, they can go down and reinforce it, and it covers us if there's an injury, that it is posted, not just at the gate, but right down where they are parking.
Right, so you have signs that you,
I looked up pricing already.
Alright.
So to get the two that say no parking between these two signs, it was like 34 something for the two of them. And then the one sign that said basically you could drop your boat off there, and then, but you couldn't park your car there. That was like another 30, 35.
Are there trees at the right
And I
places?
think, yes,
or do we need
yeah,
posts?
that's what I was thinking. We wouldn't have to do the whole post thing. We have enough trees that would,
Down at the end, yeah.
yeah,
there's plenty of
that we
trees.
could put them right up on. And once we have them up, I'll post too and ask for support with
The only,
that.
the only place I can think of that might make sense to put up some posts is along the fencing to the basketball courts, because that's where they all park. They pull in there and nose into the
Right.
basketball courts.
Okay, yeah, that's where I was thinking, though there are some, for the two between, you mean, no parking between these two signs is where I was thinking that would go on the side of the courts, cause that's where everybody pulls in and
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
parks. So we might need posts there, are you thinking?
Yeah.
Make it more
probably
obvious.
can't hurt. Yeah, at least a couple.
so are you okay to pull the trigger on purchasing them?
I will,
Alright,
yeah,
so can we get a
or
motion?
maybe, Chris, I haven't got the posts for the other signs yet, but I
I
do
was
have
just
the
gonna ask you
signs.
about that too.
So, between the two of us,
Yeah,
we can just make one run for posts.
yeah.
Okay,
Do we have a time frame for those? I mean, we probably can't get them up by this weekend, right, in time for the tournament. So I might actually, from softball.
I have the signs in, the handicap signs.
Do we wanna just zip time to the fence for now?
We could until we have the posts, so then you have, well, at least we have them, so
you
there's
want it-
4.
If you wanna, I can meet up with you, I can grab them and put
Okay.
them up. I'm gonna be down there
Okay,
tomorrow and Thursday.
okay,
Put them up.
all right, yeah. So we would need $60 for the signs, and Chris, do you remember what your estimate was with posts?
Give me a minute, I can look it up.
Posts and cement. Sorry.
I know, this is an important safety piece.
Talk amongst yourselves. It's too quiet.
Alright, so we're gonna need a motion to approve the expenditure of X number of dollars. Sounds like signs are 100 plus posts,
Posts and cement.
posts and cement, yeah. Maybe $200, maybe enough to cover it, you think?
What did we do? We did 800 for the 4 handicap spaces with all of them getting posts.
Oh, was it that much? Okay.
But I think we went a little over what the estimate was, just in case it went over, so that we didn't have to come back and
Yep, sure.
re-vote on it.
Yeah, cause it's up to, so.
Yeah, and I just have no idea what, I looked at the estimate Chris had a couple weeks ago, but I don't recall, and I have no idea off the top of my head what a post would be. I mean, are they expensive? I don't buy that kind of stuff.
I haven't, yeah.
Jason usually
I
does.
bought one recently.
Look to be about $180.
Per post?
No, for the two down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 180 plus about 60 for the sign, 60, 65.
Do you wanna say 400 to
Okay,
cover it? and
yeah.
then- Alright, can I get a motion?
I make a motion to spend up to $400 for no parking and equipment drop-off signs down near the playground and basketball courts.
Do you have a motion?
So So that, yeah, I'll second it.
All right, motion and a second, yep, discussion.
Yeah, so that was for the posts themselves, and concrete's probably another, per post is probably another like $20.
Pretty cheap.
So 65, and then what did you say, 180, so say 200? Yeah, we have, with 400, we have
Should be enough.
plenty to cover it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there's a motion to approve up to $400 expenditure for signs, posts, concrete. Is there discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstain? Yeah, aye. Yeah. Motion carries 400. Thank you for that.
Yep.
All right, moving to new business, elections of officers. So it has been my privilege to serve as the chair of the commission over the last year. And a couple of things I want to say. Number one, the dedication of the volunteers to make things happen, including the members of this commission, is incredibly appreciated. That's how things happen with rec in this town. The leagues, the volunteers on this commission, and other residents have contributed hugely to the advancement of recreational opportunities in town. I'm very grateful for that, and it's been my privilege to be serving as chair for this body. However, I recognize the value of different leadership, and we have a lot of great individuals on this commission who have contributed hugely to the mission of our work. And with that, for the next year, I would like to step back a bit and support future leaders in this work, and would like to nominate Chris Burns as the chair of the Recreation Commission over the next year. Chris has done incredible work, much of which has not been seen by the residents because he does it all the time, most notably with the pickleball courts, making so much happen with that, the coordination to put together all the development pieces to put that together, a lot of work around town in all the different fields, and I'm very grateful for that. So Chris, thank you for the work that you've done, and it's much appreciated. It's your time, and you go out of your way to help us and help the town, and you would be a fantastic chair for this body, and it's my pleasure to nominate you as the chair for the commission.
Thank you.
I'd second that.
I'll third it.
So we have a motion and a second for the chair of the commission. Is there a discussion?
Vote before he changes his mind.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstain. Motion carries 301. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next is vice chair. So the vice chair role supports the chair role to serve when the chair cannot be here to facilitate meetings and provide support for all the activities that we commit to in between meetings as well. Is there a motion for vice chair?
Would you like vice chair? I'll nominate Peter for vice chair. I think it makes sense because you have some experience and it will provide some help for Chris too, with someone who has that experience, so.
I will second that.
There's a motion and a second. Is there discussion? Well, I will say that, as I just said before, Chris, I appreciate all that you've done, and I would be privileged again to support you in that work. This is a volunteer body, and we all commit time, resources, and dedication to the work, and it'd be my honor to work in that role to help you in this work. So, happy to do it.
Happy to have you.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, it carries 301. All right. I'm gonna carry forward the next officer role, and I'm gonna pass it to you, to the gavel.
Okay.
Secretary role. The secretary role is probably the most bureaucratic, burdensome role of the commission. Right, Judy?
Yeah.
Judy has done a fantastic job with agendas, with paperwork, with keeping us in line, and you've really elevated the role. That said, it is a tremendous amount of work. We do not have a full body here tonight, so we do not necessarily need to assign this role this evening. However, if there is a motion, I'd be happy to entertain it.
I would like to give up that position. I've made it known for the last year.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
And there's gonna be more, honestly, paperwork involved with the billing and charging and keeping
There
track
will
of
be,
fields.
yep.
I still plan to be as involved as I am. I don't need a titled position in order to volunteer or do work or, tackle projects. It's just not my area of strength, and I know a lot of people can be a lot quicker at it than I am, but I'll continue I'll do the next agenda till, I don't wanna dump it on either of you. I'll do it until our next meeting,
Sure.
and if we can put it off till then.
Sure, yeah.
It's a good idea.
Does that work for folks?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, well, just another comment, though, to Judy. You've done a fantastic job with the work. It's been a
Well,
lot.
thank you.
And you've stepped up hugely, not just in the secretary role, but with so many other volunteer pieces to the work of the body. It's been exceptionally helpful, advanced the mission of our commission, but I absolutely recognize that it's a lot, and we want to take a moment to see if there's other folks who want to step up to do that. I appreciate that you want to help out. At the same time, it's important to have a dedicated officer assigned
yeah.
to that, so we know who's on first
And I think-
who's taking care of the things that the secretary.
I always feel like I'm
assigned with.
scrambling for paperwork, and CEOs,
Yep.
COIs expire at different times. It's not a
Right.
January, December, and I just think it's not something I'm real efficient at. Somebody else may be quicker to store those, and the whole record-keeping thing is something that I have to work really hard at. I'm more of like, I'll go out there and get dirty and do whatever.
Yep,
And I'll continue to do that. So,
thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, so we will punt the secretary role until the next meeting, when we have more members who may be interested in that assignment. So with that, Chris, Mr. Chairman, I will pass the gavel to you to facilitate the rest of the meeting.
All right, thank you very much. Definitely have some big shoes to fill here, Peter. You've done a great job over the years, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. The town's a better place because of the work that you've put in here, the volunteer work. So thank you very much. So next, I guess, would be B of number 7, the new business, the CIP.
Yes, so the capital improvement projects, so every year we look to see what might be on our list of CIP needs. And we provide that list to the committee over the summer. So they have a request that we think about that and provide them a list in mid-July. So really, I just want to put this on notice for commission members to start thinking about that. We're gonna have to come to a bit more formal decisions, probably late June, early July, about what we would want to put on our list for that. So, no action needed at this time, but want to raise it, that CIP has asked us for our input on that, and we're gonna need to make a more formal recommendation.
Where can we find, where's our existing one? Does
I
anybody
can send
know?
that around,
Okay,
yep.
From last year's.
Yes, yeah. And, you know, I will say though, that the CIP list that we provided the last couple of years, we've actually advanced pretty significantly
have.
through volunteer work, generosity of local businesses, with the fields, with the parking lots, with river access. You know, over the last number of years, we've done very well with that. At the same time, there are some very significant capital issues with our recreation properties, most notably Town Hall, which, you know, that could be our entire list
That's the
within
uphill
that
battle.
building. We're hanging on as best we can with that. But for the future of the town and its recreation needs, just give some thought about what should be on our list going forward. And then we should boil that down over the next month and a half or so.
Yeah.
And then provide that to CIP as they start their process of making recommendations.
I think Town Hall, significant maintenance work on that. Playgrounds and more land to build fields on. That's my short list.
Yep, I think that aligns pretty well with
Yeah.
where we've been, yeah. You know, the fields have been, I mean, they're in great shape, you know. And they're well used, that's the thing, which is
Yeah.
great. At the same time, like I mentioned earlier, we're double booked on fields.
Right.
Because there's a lot of requests for it, so that is something to think about. And, yeah, playground, as you know, we've shut down a couple of the pieces on that. And
Yep.
Town Hall itself has got a lot, I mean, every day I'm grateful that it's open. So,
The cinder blocks are the only things that are gonna
It's
last.
a good thing they built it out of cinder blocks
Yeah.
and not wood.
it is, it's selling.
Yeah, they had some foresight there. All right, so next up on the list is the website.
Yes, so we've had some discussions about this before, and now the town is aligning, kind of the work in this space, where the town has contracted a consultant to align all of the commission committee websites as, to be, you know, web pages within the town website. And so they want to kind of fold ours underneath the format of all the other commissions, which absolutely makes sense. As folks know, we have our own separate website, which is not a great practice. And the town would like to move forward with getting that under the web site of the town. So they want to have some conversations about what that would look like, what do we need, and making sure it fits what we want. There is a meeting or an opportunity next Tuesday morning, which we're looking for a volunteer to be available for, to work with the consultant to talk through what that web page would potentially look like. And so I am looking to recruit someone who may be available next Tuesday morning in town to meet with that consultant.
What time is that?
They have a window between 9 and 12.
I can do 9.
Again? All right,
I can do 9. I mean,
thank you.
by no means am I claiming to be a website expert or even very technologically inclined, but I can certainly meet with the guy who is.
No worries. That works, thank you. So Jeff, I know you've done some work on our existing website. So if there's anything that you would recommend that we pass along, please send it along to Chris.
Yep.
You know, clearly the facility and field request form and process is probably the biggest thing. If there's any way to get that off of a PDF and
Yeah.
automated, that would be my interests in how we do that a bit more automated. But certainly, Jeff, if you have other recommendations, now's the time to put
Probably.
those forward.
Calendar updates too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be one. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Chris.
And then summer meeting dates,
So-
traditionally, we scale back to one per month, correct, over
Yeah,
the
last
summertime?
summer we did one in June and one in July. The summer before it was one in July and one in August. But then because we get so many requests in August, that's why we changed last year. So just looking to set those two dates in stone, and I can do what we did last year is the fall leagues, is let them know our June meeting date, our July, you know, and if they need the fields in August, they should try to get it in by July. And I'll let the ADs at, you know, the school know, and any of our local sports, so that we're not, we don't have people requesting to use it in August, and, you know, we meet 3 days after, or 2 days after their request has started, so just asking them to do it in a timely manner, so we're not all pressed at the end. But, I don't know if you guys wanna do 1 June, 1 July like last year, or go back to 1 in July and 1 in August and do 2 in June. I think June is a good one to do, just one, because pretty much all our summer requests are in,
Yeah,
spring and summer.
I think that makes sense, and then get back to the 2 meetings in August, so
Yeah.
that we can handle any requests that come in, like you said.
So,
Field maintenance,
Yeah,
we gotta
Yeah.
that's
start
right,
acting in
yeah, that's right.
by August.
Is that something we need to vote on?
so June date would be either the 11th or the 25th. And the July date would be the 9th or the 23rd. And I don't know if it makes a difference to,
Is it, you're asking if we should have them on those dates, or
well, we would
skip
need to
those
pick
dates?
one of them.
Yeah,
We would need to pick June 11th or 25th.
yeah. Probably towards, I would think towards the end of the month, we would hold the meeting, towards the end of the month.
Okay. So we do June 25th.
That way we get the triple up for August. If there's anything that comes in early, trickles in early.
Yeah, and then, so then you wanna do the end of July 23rd instead of the 9th. The 9th is right around the 4th. People may be having
Yep.
vacation time, I don't know.
So I would ask that we hold the 9th as, you know, a tentative meeting
Okay,
for CIP and budget.
oh, right,
We may not need it, but I think it'd be good
Yeah.
to hold it.
so, you wanna do June 25th and July 9th? And July 9th, we can focus on CIP?
Potentially, yeah. If we don't need it, then
Yeah.
cancel, but I think we should hold it.
Okay,
Gives us time to build into that too, if we're holding it at the end of June, beginning of July.
yeah.
And then we have beginning of June and the end of July off. We need to vote on that?
We do not.
We don't, okay.
So we're, on the bottom where it says next meeting dates, May 28th, June 11th, it'll be June 25th.
Yes.
The 11th.
Skip the July 23rd meeting.
I think we should be able to.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, moving on, for email response, May, we have Peter, June, Steve, Weber. July and August is Judy.
Yep.
Doubling up there.
Well, I took Steve Gannon's month.
He's back.
He's
He's
back.
back.
Yeah,
So,
You can take it over.
Have it back.
okay, so we can actually, because Steve Weber is still on, so he can have that one. Yeah, I can do July and
Wanna do
Steve can
July and Steve will
can
take
do
August?
Okay, I will let him know.
Excellent. Yep.
All right. Upcoming events, fishing derby at Parker Park on May 18th, 8 a.m. So anybody interested in having their kids come down, catch some fish, some good prizes. Hopefully, it looks like the weather is gonna hold out. It's been fluctuating a little bit, but it's getting better every day, it looks like, so. Should be a good morning to catch some fish, have some fun.
And they did get some bigger fish this year.
Yeah, look, I saw the
Some,
pictures that
like-
George sent.
Donations, like not town money to get some bigger ones, so,
Nice.
yeah.
We've got the milfoil treatment at Dara in June.
Yep, George said he didn't have a specific date, But it will be in June, and he'll know as we get closer what that date is.
Yep.
So.
So is that something we should, take some precautions on? I know there are some people that do use that, body
The
of water.
conservation has already done that work.
So, about posting, right, like no swim, people
Yeah,
okay to swim in it or whatever?
Well, they'll have those, they'll know those dates once they know the treatment date. And then, like, all the abutters have been made aware and, are pretty happy, I think, about it. So they've done, I think they had to do a public hearing. I think they did their public hearing and they reached out to the abutters. And then once they know the actual date of the treatment, then they'll know the date that
Okay.
can't swim or go in there and.
Yeah, we might wanna consider
there-
posting something on the beach too,
Yeah.
just in case there's
Yeah.
residents that come
So
down.
they're pretty good about staying in communication
Yeah,
with us, so.
Okay.
Yeah, if I hear anything, I'll let you guys know, and then we can figure out what to do, what to put up there, but it will be posted throughout the town too.
okay.
Cause I know like the Board of Selectmen, everybody's all aware of it.
We've got a car show coming up on, the 4th of July. Corey, I'm guessing that's why you're here?
I'm just here for entertainment.
Oh,
Felt like getting out of the house?
I've been on meetings for the last 5 months, so
Okay.
just to see how things are running and what's
All
going
right.
on.
we have a small group tonight.
Yeah, we have a small group. Yeah, I mean, we closed public input, but I would,
We can
if
reopen
there's
it.
anything you wanna talk about the
If you
car
need
show.
more information about it, let me know, I can give it to you, I mean, it's pretty much, still rolling, I guess.
All right. Yeah, why don't you give us an update?
Apologize, I'm all filthy, I was working on
It's all right.
my car and I realized it was time to run over here. All right, what can I tell you about the car show?
So I did, I guess probably the bigger question, I know Amber was looking for fireworks, but I guess that's not happening, right?
Yeah,
That's-
well, this year.
Yeah.
So she hasn't rolled it out. The expense and the availability of somebody to do it is, there's nobody available and it's too expensive on the 4th of July.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
It's gonna push and we'll see what happens next year if we can find a way to fundraise and find somebody to do it.
Okay. Do you have an expectation of how many vehicles are coming down?
Yeah, we are printing numbers and getting, stuff for about 100 cars or so.
Very nice.
80 to 100 is what we're expecting.
Awesome. You guys have any questions?
Yeah, just one thing, so there's a parade in town that day, fireworks is not happening. It's gonna be a great day. One thing that we learned from our last car show is around parking, that,
Right.
and we'll work with you on that.
Last year we were able, the old police chief allowed us to park along, I don't remember what road that is.
Woodhawk.
Yeah, which is still acceptable,
On
but-
one side.
On one side, yeah, that's what we learned from last time, is that there was a plan, but then what happened was people just started parking on both sides,
Yeah,
which,
well, that's what was last year as well. The Hamburg
Yeah.
put signs on one side of the road, no parking, and so everybody would park on the other side.
great, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been, pushing it pretty heavy at the car show circuit, I guess. I've been handing out flyers all over. Who knows how many people ought to bring in. It's been on the internet, so, yeah, we're hoping for another good event. Last year it was awesome. This year we hope to make it a little better.
Nice.
Awesome.
Fingers crossed for good weather.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad about the fireworks. Amber had a band lined up and the whole bit, and, her vision is to make this an all-day event on the 4th of July for the town.
Yeah.
And, we don't have any family around to go to. We don't have, a place on a lake or anything like that. So we want Litchfield to be a destination for the people like us, so we can just enjoy the 4th of July as one big family.
Love it. Well, good luck with it.
Thanks.
If there's anything we can do to help, let us
You
know.
guys are awesome. We appreciate, this is probably the best board in town.
There's easiest to work with for sure. There's still room on it too.
That's right. That's well done.
How come I get that, but every time I where do you wanna serve?
Oh, you know, I don't feel like I'd be doing the chair justice if I wasn't pushing it. I am in sales, so.
Anything else I can tell you?
I think I'm good.
Yep, we're gonna touch base with you as we get closer.
Okay. Yeah, Amber's been working on stuff on and off and she'll be working on it till July, so whatever you need, just reach out to her, and if not, you can't get hold of her, you can get hold of me.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks so much.
Good luck. And for the last event, DES at Dara in August.
That'll be, we approved them at the last meeting to bring in their boat, and as that date gets closer,
Okay,
that will, conservation will let us know
okay,
when that's gonna happen.
Some testing of the water.
Yeah.
okay.
I did forget to bring up one thing. Christmas in Litchfield asked if they could change their date to December 7th. I think it might have been, I don't know if it was the 14th. The reason being is they want to work with the school. High school has a Christmas play. They're going to do Santa, they want to make a whole Christmas weekend, like Hallmark Christmas type thing. And if our event is on that same weekend, as the school play and Santa's breakfast, and it's just one whole weekend for the community instead of being split up. So I think, the only thing we would have to do is, you know, pickleball usually has it, or basketball, right? At that time of year,
Yeah,
December.
probably that time of year would be best.
Is that,
Those, is
they
it on
wouldn't
a
be able to
weekend?
do it on
Is
the
that a
7th.
weekend?
Yeah.
So, I don't believe basketball is in there on the weekends, at nighttime anyway. During the day, they probably.
Okay,
they might-
so, they still need it during the day to set up though, because all the vendors are in there.
Okay,
So, I think they needed, yeah, it takes them quite a while to get everything set up. So typically, we'd ask basketball not to be there, you know, to give up that day, which hasn't been a problem. So it's just a switch in Saturdays so that we can do a whole town-wide community
Right, so we
type thing instead of
we
just
approved them for the
separate.
14th, so we're just
Yeah,
moving it up
so-
a week.
So they asked if they could move it to the 7th. But everything else stays the same, the times and everything else that they're doing, it's just a change of date.
is that something we wanna vote on right now? Sure,
Yeah,
okay.
I think we
So
should,
do I
yeah,
have a motion to,
amend it, I guess, amend
yeah,
the
I
date.
guess so, yeah, a motion to amend the previous motion to approve the 14th of December for the Spirit of Litchfield to move their date to the 7th for their use of Talent Hall and surrounding area.
So I will make that motion and amend it slightly, because I recall last year we gave them Friday evening and a bit of the morning. So I make a motion to approve Spirit of Litchfield, to access Town Hall, Friday, December 13th.
Nope, they're moving
Sixth.
from the 14th, so it'd be the 6th. and
Yeah,
7th.
thank you. Friday, December 6th,
Yeah,
from 6 until 10 o'clock at night, and Saturday, December 7th, from noon till 10.
I will second that.
And that's, would that be pending basketball approval? If they don't have, they don't have the space
They don't have
yet,
their,
right? So,
they don't
yeah,
have their,
so it should be
no,
fine.
so I think we can just
Then
book it out and
Do we
say,
wanna make it noon, or if they're coming in there to set up, from 6 to 10 the night before, do we wanna just make it 8 AM
Give them the whole day.
the whole day? Cause
I
you don't
think
want
that-
anybody in there.
I think,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think we should,
Sure. Yeah, so amend it to
8 AM.
8 AM.
And then we just need to make sure that we're not asking them to take down decorations in April.
Right,
Yes, we will.
I
chat
think
about
the
that.
Christmas tree is still on the stage.
It is. You know, I was thinking that
Do
small,
Christmas the whole year through,
if we
right?
could clean
That's-
out
that's
that
the real
small
spirit.
shed on the
Yeah,
side,
it might be an
we
open-
could give them
concession
some
stand.
space to,
Yeah.
to store some of their stuff.
The old concession stand you're talking
Yeah,
about, or the other one?
yeah, the old one, yeah. There's no leaks in that roof or anything. It's
That's pretty
still
good inside.
sturdy, and it's not big. We can't really throw tables
There's actually
and
not a
chairs.
lot to clean out of there. I
No,
mean,
there's a few bags of cement. I gotta check if they're still good and we
the
can
sink's
use them.
gone, right?
And
You
I,
got rid of
the
sink?
sink's gone, and I had asked them if they wanted all the Easter eggs that were in there, and Spirit of Litchfield didn't, so I got rid of those. But that could be good storage space for them,
They could,
I
yeah.
think, and they can lock it up.
Okay,
Make
so
it
I have
easier.
a motion to grant to amend the previous motion from the 14th to move to the 6th, from 6 to 10, and Saturday the 7th from 8 AM to 10 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? All right, motion carries 400.
And I know this isn't on the agenda, but did you guys see the email came in from Ryan Lane at 6:58? He had planned to attend and couldn't, but there's a list of required maintenance and repairs. The estimate comes in just below $1,300. And he sent us the list for each field. Things like batteries, heads, things I don't know what they are.
I have the email, I have not been able to digest it.
Stuff's broken.
I just happened to see it right before
Just came in.
the meeting, and he sent a list. That's at the bottom of it.
So, yeah, so Dara, it's batteries for the rain meter, a water-filled gauge, and a solenoid. Brickyard batteries for the meter, sawmill batteries and a gauge, and a couple of heads. Well, 25 heads, looks like. Sawmill, some pipe,
Oh, the pump house.
sawmill, pump house, some pipe, some couplings. Jeff Lane, a couple of heads, Corning, couple of heads.
Yes, I mean, it looks like normal spring maintenance stuff. And
Yeah.
like you were saying today, there was a head that was
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we trust Ryan, he's doing a great job. I'm inclined, so
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve up to $1,300 for repairs to irrigation and other systems for field maintenance for Natticook to move ahead with those.
I'll second.
All right, discussion?
Fields look great.
Yeah, they do. That's why everybody wants to use them.
All right, so all those in favor of approving, what was it, $1,300 for field repairs and maintenance, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries 400. Somebody wanna let Ryan know that that's approved?
Yep, I can do that.
Thank you. All right. Any other business?
I have a final word if I could.
Sure.
So on May 4th, we had the official field dedication for the Kurt Schaefer Memorial Field, formerly known as the Corning Fields. So I just want to take a moment to recognize Kurt's work on this body and in the town for what he did for all of us, which we were so proud to memorialize with the field dedication. I want to thank Andy Ruggles and LBA for their work to make this happen. It was a really special day. A ton of folks turned out, family members and other community members. It was a real special moment. You know, so I served with Kurt on this commission, which was a privilege. He was a fantastic person. I really enjoyed working with him, number one. He was just fun to be around. But moreover, like, he really served this community in his time, his talent, his skills in landscaping and other that were so relevant for our work. He was instrumental in making the Justin Bissett Fields what they are today, which serve LBA and others in just a capacity that if you saw fields years ago, like you wouldn't believe where they are now. And that was Kurt's vision, and it was Kurt's work that made that happen. And so I want to thank Marie and Ivan for their partnership with us, for making the fields what they are, their work at the Kurt Schaefer Memorial Fields, which looked beautiful that day. And it was just a tremendously special moment and day to recognize Kurt and the entire Schaefer family for what they've done here in Litchfield. And it was a really proud moment for the town to have that opportunity to thank them and recognize all that they've been through and all that Kurt did for the Litchfield community. So we are exceptionally proud to have those fields forever named as the Kurt Schaefer Memorial Field.
Very well said. And great job with the speech too that you
Speech,
gave.
yeah.
It was
Spoke
it
very
was a
well.
great event. They did a good job. They definitely did a great job with it. So that's exciting. And on a side note, Ryan Lane is listening, so you don't need to give him a heads up.
All right.
Oh.
Fair
Hi,
enough.
Ryan.
So, all right, any other business? All right, hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? This meeting is closed. Thank you.
Well, one thing I forgot, just unofficial, is, Rick Charbonneau is not gonna have his trucks there for touch a truck this year. We're working